Good afternoon, everybody. Ian here with Redline, and I've got something in this box that I am super excited about. In my 67 Nova build, and those of you who follow my channel know about that thing, I've got this strange thing going on where out of the back end of the car, I hear all of these clicks and pops coming out of the back of the car, kind of like when I go over bumps and whatnot. And I think I have nailed it down and said, okay, it's not the drive line or the suspension that are making these noises. None of the moving parts seem to be making the noises, and it's absolutely driving me insane trying to figure out what's really wrong. That's where this box comes in. This is a set of chassis ears, and I'm going to put a link down below in the description where you can get these things online. This is a set of chassis ears. It's basically like a tool that has sensors that you stick onto the car, and you can then listen to what the car is hearing at that point, wirelessly from other locations. I am super excited to have this thing because I've been trying to figure out for months where those clicks and pops were coming from, and I really don't have any good ideas. So hopefully what is in this little box will change all of that. So the first thing that I wanted to do is an unboxing video for you guys. Got us a carrying case. That's cool. Anytime I get a tool, I always appreciate when it comes in one of these great big thick plastic carrying cases. If you went over to the wall over there of power tools that I've got, tons of black plastic cases, and I always like that. I don't know why. I just do. All right, so instructions. We don't need those. Comes with batteries. That's cool. Looks like this thing is made by the folks at Stillman. And let's see what we've got here. So, like a little handheld controller. Looks like you've got 6 different channels where you hit the different buttons to hear what the, I assume what the different sensors are hearing. I don't know. I haven't read the instructions yet. I always joke with my wife that real men don't read instructions. And on one hand, I really do mean that. But occasionally, if I can't figure stuff out, I take the product and the instructions and go somewhere where my wife cannot see me, and I have to read the instructions. So underneath this, we've got a bag. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these alligator clips here are for clipping, the little sensor onto various locations on the car to see what kind of sounds it's making right there. So these are your little transmitters, I'm pretty sure. Looks like they've got a little belt clip there on the back. I'm sure they're probably labeled. Yep, number 1, number 2, and so on. Comes with a whole bunch of batteries here. That's interesting. I was not expecting that. So they give you a little notepad right here where you can write down and kind of log your findings, what your tests are coming up with. So that's pretty cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4 little sensors here, and I'm pretty sure that's everything that's inside here. Looks like a whole bunch of Velcro strips right there for securing something. Not entirely sure what I'm doing yet. Bunch of zip ties that comes with it, and earbuds is what that is. I'm probably going to use my own set that have the, like the little silicone earbuds, little earpieces on the end of them. Definitely have to read the instructions and figure out what in the world I am doing. Stillman Wireless Chassis Ear Operator's Manual. Much as I hate reading instructions, I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, so I have read the instructions here on the Stillman Wireless Chassis Ears. By the way, they also offer a wired version of this, which is substantially less money. So check those out online if you're trying to save a little bit of money. But anyways, I read the instructions and I found out that your little transmitter right here that does the transmitting to the receiver. There's 3 ways that you can attach this to the car. You've got what I could best tell you is a belt clip on the back. You can clamp onto something. You can use these supplied little Velcro strips that come with it. Or the other means by which I had no idea would have even existed had I not read the instructions. It turns out they're magnetic. So magnetized is that's going to be the way that I'm surely going to use these things inside the car where I know it's not possible I'm going to lose these things. But when I go to secure them underneath the car, I will probably magnetize them in place, stick them to something, and then use, zip ties or, the little Velcro straps or whatever. But just simply have a backup plan. I don't want to run off and hit a hard bump and discover that, the magnet built into the little transmitter wasn't sufficient. Okay, for the demonstration, I'm going to tell you what I hear through the earbuds. Just kidding. I found a little adapter right here and plugged the receiver up to my guitar amplifier. So check this out. I find this to be really neat. So to begin with, we'll go ahead and select what channel we want. I'm going to press channel 3. You'll see that it lights up right there. That's channel 3 right there. I'm just going to take a set of stripping pliers right here, and as I tap on that wheel, on the bench vise, you obviously see the little signal lights that go across right there, and you hear what it sounds like, right? Watch as the sound changes as I go to channel 4. So it's a completely different sound from one end of the table to the other. It's a lot fainter sound. It almost sounds like the tapping is coming from the end of a long tunnel or a tube or something of that nature. So I feel like I can certainly tell, listening to those sounds, which one is, the sensor is up close to, the sound that's being emitted. And man, I found that to be just absolutely awesome. And it's really inspiring that maybe, just maybe, I will find the sounds coming out of that piece of crap right there. Golly, I hope so. So here in just a minute, I'm going to take you for a ride in that thing, and I want you to hear the sounds that I'm hearing. Let's see if we can find them on the car. Before I take you for a ride in the car, I do want to show you something that I think you should probably do. This was not said in the instructions, but on all of the little transmitters and receivers and whatnot, you pull the cover off the back, and there's your supplied batteries that came with the unit. I'm not going to be using this thing very often. We're talking, once every couple of years, maybe. Who knows? I'm going to pull the batteries out of mine every time that I use it. It absolutely drives me crazy when I go to pull an expensive tool off the shelf, a battery-powered tool that's been sitting there for 5 years, and I go to use it, and it doesn't work, and I discover that the batteries are all corroded inside the thing, and, they've just destroyed the contacts inside of an expensive tool. That absolutely breaks my heart, because I love tools more than anyone on the planet. So that's what I'm going to do. If you want to do that with yours, it's just an idea. Before I take you for a ride in my car and let you hear all of those crazy noises coming out of the back end of it, hopefully the Stillman chassis ears will find all of those noises, I want to show you one other thing that I found to be pretty cool. While I was off camera, I took my drill and I wanted to see what sound, it would make as a different sound using my drill up against my bench vise here. And it's pretty cool. There's such a distinct difference. Let me show you them come out. So that's channel 3. Okay. Channel 4. Sounds like it's in a barrel, doesn't it? 3. 4. It's just a totally different sound, and that really just gives me a lot of hope that I'll be able to find these crazy sounds out of the car. We'll see. So check it out. It's a new day. I'm fixing to install the chassis ears into the car. I got it turned on right there, got it plugged in, and I'm just trying to do like a bench test to make sure that everything works, right? So I got my chassis ears right here. I got it turned on. You can tell that it's working because any kind of sound at all through that clip, and then you hear it coming out of the amplifier over there. So check this out. I'm going to stick this thing right here. You can hear all the noise it's making out of the amplifier, right? And initially, I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me. The thing is broken, because check it out. No sound. Sound. Check it out. Lights flickering and all. No sound. Sound. So initially, I'm thinking to myself, great, all I've got is the ignition turned on to the car, and I'm already getting sounds coming out of my little sensors. So I'm like, well, clearly there must be some sort of interference going on with this wireless system, and the computer or whatever in the car. And that's when I realize, no, Ian, false alarm. I just have my fuel pump turned on, and the sound I was hearing was my fuel pump. I'm an idiot. On a totally unrelated side note, I've discovered that these little alligator clamps right here will pick up basically any sound vibration wave. Not necessarily just vibrations from a car, but any kind of a sound wave at all.
Brickle 19, Brickle 19, I got a flam, jam, the smoky on my tail, cabal.
Time to do some testing with it. So I put 2 of the sensors in the package tray, one on the left side of the car, one on the right side of the car, and then I also put 2 back here in the trunk, left and right side of the car again, one of which is right over the fuel pump, so it's definitely going to pick up some noise from the fuel pump. About to head out to get my brother Dustin to drive the car, and I'm going to let you guys hear what I hear when we're doing some testing. All right, we're going to take you for a ride now and see if we can get the car to make the popping and clicking sounds from the back of the car that it likes to make. I think that it's maybe the sheet metal kind of contorting. Maybe there's a little too much twisting in the chassis. Maybe it's not as strong as I thought it was. I don't know, but hoping to catch that on camera so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I could hear a little bit of it right there. Did you hear that loud pop from the back of the car? I could hear it. I don't know if you could hear it on camera, but I sure could. All right, so now I've got my laptop here in my lap set to sound recorder, and my Stillman chassis ears are going to feed into the laptop so that you guys can hear what I would hear as we were driving the car if I was wearing a set of earphones. So here we go. Okay, that has been a review of the Stillman chassis ears. Overall, I am really impressed with these things. They work very, very well, and I feel like the quality of them is very high. I'm going to put a link down below in the description where you can find those things online. If I had to just pick one thing that I wasn't crazy about, I would say it's the little hard earbuds that come with them. When I go to do my development work on the Nova actually using this tool, I'm going to use my noise canceling earmuffs. Obviously, you can't expect the folks at Stillman to include a set of these things to come with it. That would be crazy. A lot of folks have them anyway, so you can use these along with it if you want to. If you're wondering whether or not I was able to find the clicks and pops that my Nova over there was making while using this thing, the answer is I didn't even try. Over the past 3 days of using these things, I really was just messing with them, trying to make the video. I didn't really pay much attention towards trying to actually find the sounds of that car. I'm going to do that over the coming weeks, and I'm confident that I'm going to be able to find those sounds and where they're coming from. I'm also confident that this is going to take some time moving those sensors around and doing some tests and finding things to run over. This is not going to be easy. It's going to take some time. If I had to kind of sum up the way that these things work and how you should think about how they work, suppose that I have one sensor that's close to the source of noise on my car and one sensor that is far away. As you're listening to the 2 different sounds from these 2 different sensors, trying to figure out which one is listening to what where, you've got to understand that the one that is further away is going to have lesser volume and lesser clarity. The exact same thing happens right now as I'm sitting here talking to this phone, and I've got the microphone right here. Watch what happens when I take that microphone, I set it here in front of the phone, and I go talk to you from over there. Can't tell what the hell I'm saying, can you? Well, there you go. If you found this video to be helpful and you're not already subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button down below. Click the thumbs up too while you're at it. And if you got questions, ask them down below in the comments, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Goodbye, everybody.